Wait, what? You don't need shrooms or wait, who's saying that? No. Basically, yeah, I had an ego death 8 times or something. So that's the idea of how I could feel. It's just natural. It's something like because I was suppressed as a person, and because of that, I was not able to express myself fully as I should have been as a child. So because of that, because of a couple of abuses, I gained 20% of detachment. And because I gained that detachment, I was able to feel this new mindset, this new way of seeing things. Ego death is absolutely when you give up your ego. I think so.
I really don't understand that whole ego death thing. Not
I think
necessarily
it's the
like I don't
opposite.
get it as in like what
It's
it is. It's just I don't see everyone's push for it. Like, oh, you need to get rid of your ego. It's like, why is it trendy?
that's not what it is about. I mean, it's a very hard to explain concept because it's a concept where it's an experience you have to actually experience yourself to understand properly. Does not have there is no words that can really describe it if you've never experienced it.
I had it.
I kind of feel like
I'll write it out.
I kind of feel like if you were to undergo that, I don't think that's because you were like saying that he needs an ego death. I don't know if that would be all.
You think I experienced one?
Because it's like, even if he were to have one, he might then go back to habitual ways of thinking and then decide afterwards what that meant.
That's right. No, that's what I did. Yeah. I just wanted to see. But I feel like, you see, if you feel like a narcissist, so some thoughts that I would automatically have subconsciously would be like, you know what? I feel like I want this person to give me a blowjob even though I don't know who they are. Like,
you hear this, Ken? That was a proposition for you. Well, the first thing I can say, you're probably not a psychopath or a sociopath because then you would have never gotten online and admitted it publicly because the deepest fear a psychopath or a sociopath has is to be figured out, be exposed for what he actually is. Narcissists, I don't think would actually acknowledge it. So if you're like constantly thinking that you are a narcissist, and that this is bad or something, well then I do not believe that you are a narcissist. But you should not take my opinion as
foolproof. Yeah.
Yeah, of course not, because I'm not a licensed psychiatrist.
I see. Yeah.
Even though I've read a lot about the subject, but still, I would not. Me personally, if I were to diagnose you, I would not diagnose you
as anything like that. Okay. Let me show you one of my videos of my aggression, if you don't mind. Like, so you could tell. Maybe you could see something in it.
That's not. I don't know.
It's a song. It's a song. It's basically what I've done. This is the amount of torture that I guess this is what you call ego death. If you want to look at that. Yeah. All right. Damn. But you know what? It's still, it feels bad. I guess maybe I'm.
Well, then you're not. I mean, you should really talk with Eric because he speaks a lot about NTs feeling very detached from other people. So.
NT types, yeah. I mean, I could do it, but I feel like it wouldn't be like, I get it, because I get it. It makes it feel like it's unintelligent to do it. But even though I prefer to have a thinking mindset that will get, I'm an inventor, so I make mind maps and I do all these things. And I do all these things because I was able to get myself in this mindset one time. and that is the thing that I kind of value in it. But I also know that this mindset leads to self-destruction. But now I'm more aware, so I won't actually do any of the, of the bad things or the bad thoughts, or, not acknowledging the experiences that other people have in their lives. I actually want to be, reach out empathetically to people than hide it under delusional thinking. But yeah, in general, it's kind of hard. I mean, it's
But
really
if you were thinking delusional thoughts, you would not understand that they are delusional, would you?
no, I would understand them. Narcissists likely understand what they're doing. They just argue another truth for it, I guess, if you put it that way. So it's, I don't know. I actually don't know.
The thing that fascinates me the most, though, is that why would you actually go online and talk like in a public chat room where everything is uploaded to YouTube?
Because narcissists are dead inside. They don't give a shit.
Well, you would want people to love you. That's the narcissist thing to do.
Oh, because maybe there's different grades of narcissism.
Uh-huh.
I have a very grandiose video. I don't know. Maybe I'm not. I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
I'm not interested in watching through your whole channel. But
no,
still,
not the whole channel. Yeah. Okay, well, in general, it's kind of confusing because I 20%, you could get a certain part of narcissism in you. I think it's like more of a support system than it is actually a self-destructive motive for some people.
I was going to say, so with something as serious as like whether or not you're a narcissist, I was going to say be careful of confirmation bias.
Yeah.
If you're looking for ways to prove that you are in fact a narcissist, then you may very well find them.
Yeah.
Regardless of
if you have it or not.
Right.
So, but no, but okay, I got. No, I was aware of that, but yeah.
I mean, yeah,
okay,
it sucks. It sucks if you feel like people are patronizing you or whatever. If they're like, now you do know that you could be wrong, right? It's like, I get how that can be annoying, but
no, it's fine. It's fine. See, just the idea. What really made me confused is the deadbeat, relative emotions for this illness, I guess, or for this mindset. That's what I wanted to discuss with ENTP. Do you sometimes feel when other people relate to you on an emotional, very, caring, or not very caring, but very close level, personally, in need of help, as if you don't even care about their emotions, as if you don't even care about their existence?
It depends on the issue. If it's like something social, or like, oh, that person said that and that said that, I won't really care. I may act like it, but sure. But if somebody's like intruding on their, if something has happened to them that breaks my social my moral compass, then I will react.
Mm-hmm. So. What about like this, for example? Somebody is crying for like help, and they're like, my mentality's breaking down, I'm having like issues explaining myself, or something along those lines. Like, because I had people like that. I don't know. It's just, well, I certainly help, but I don't know other people. What do they think about it?
Well, I gotta go take a leak.
All right. All right. So that's just how it is. That's just how I think of it.
Now it's just the NFJs.
Is it ENFJs? Yeah.
No, I said now it's just the NFJs. It's just me and you.
Oh yeah, true. Oh wait, what is raw room? Oh no, what about all the other people over there? Oh no, I think yeah. So this is how I see it, and the problem is I'm not satisfied with that mindset and that mindset. So I need a third mindset. This is crazy. And then basically I'll need to divide or find a medium between the two to actually live a normal life.
Something I had learned about recently was sort of like in nature, laws of three
Yeah.
occurring. Like somebody was relating it to psychology, and they were talking about how we'll like overcompensate by trying to go one direction or trying to go another direction, but it's operating on a polarity. And a lot of times the answer is going in a direction that we're not used to going in, like choosing a third option that doesn't.
Yeah.
It's not the same as like, do I go this way or do I go that way? Do I go that? Like it's still responding.
Yeah, it's still
Same
going to
way.
be present, right? So this mindset, it's more native to me. Turns out it's more native to me than my own nature. Which
How do you
fucks
know
me
that?
over. Because I know that by productivity, and I know that by feeling. Because I was like this for 10 years. It's really hard. But I also know that I'm gonna have a family. And if I'm gonna continue being like this is the only problem, then I will not care about anything. And I want to care about things. So that's internally the struggle right now. Because being smart is so easy for me. I don't know why. Like I got all the facts. I could look everything up. I can,
That sounds like narcissism.
yeah.
I'm so smart. It's hard to believe, but it's so easy for me.
Yeah, I guess so. I looked it up through like MD forms. 20% I have, 20% of it. So I'm thinking, but I want to use
if you are an
for
ENFJ,
good influence.
if you're an ENFJ, I do not believe you're in one of the cluster B disorders. I do not believe that. ENFJs, even though they're called the protagonists, I really don't think no. If I believe the analytical types are more likely to be psychopaths or anything like that. At least, I would think so, or at least being.
But I never cared. Like I look at a psychopath and I'm like, this guy could be a friend. Like I never cared. I could go into like a guy's bloody basement with like dead bodies, and literally in my nature I wouldn't really react. I would just like project what I see. That's just who I am.
Or is that just a fantasy?
Right. Might be strong identification with that, but there's a difference between how you react in your mind compared to how you react in actual situations. Like, as I've said before, like with some of the SE stuff, like TV shows that I watch or stuff like that, or just like how I am in my mind, I can really build up this sense of like, this is really assertive sort of person. And then somebody's walking by and they walk kind of close and I step out of the way. I'm like, oh, sorry. And I'm like, what the fuck was that? It's like an immediate, like in an actual situation where my body's actually reacting to something. There's like this response of like a more sense. But then in my head, I can have it very built up that I'm like, oh, I'm this way. So it's like in my head, I can be a lot more cold and detached. Compared to, like you're talking about stepping into a dude's basement. Unless you actually step into a person's basement and there's dead bodies there, you won't know for sure. So I'm not saying don't knock it till you try it. I'm not saying go out and try to find somebody's basement that you can walk into with a bunch of dead bodies. It's not what I'm advocating. However, I'm saying that in that situation, until you have the experience of that actually, not just in your head, but actually having that experience, you may not know how you will actually respond, and it may be different depending on the particular circumstance.
I see. Yeah. But if you don't care, if you don't have empathy or emotions, no circumstance present is actually going to change your mind.
Right. I guess what I'm calling into question more isn't necessarily whether or not you are, dead on the inside or whatnot, or what I'm more asking into question is whether or not you're able to accurately track whether or not you're dead on the inside. You may have the self-concept that that's what you are, but I'm saying as far as like the different TI stuff that I brought up, like that sort of being able to pin the consistencies.
No, definitely. Well, definitely not. I mean, I showed you my other I showed you the very feely personality type, and it wasn't dead. But this one, you see, it's more like numb.
I kind of feel like if there's an exception to the rule, then